Let's send it over for the latest in the forecast and really what's driving all of these floodwaters. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy. Alana.
Hey, thanks, Emily. You talk about those saturated soils and the weather pattern and the mudslides. That's what we're seeing, and we're going to continue with that pattern as we get through the next couple of days. We started today with snow. After record spring warmth, this was the view in Syracuse. Now we've had that moisture clearing northern Utah, but we do see active conditions with the front tracking to the east, bringing some wet weather to eastern Utah and the southern portion of the state. It's snow over the Grand Staircase area and towards Bryce. We do have some activity peppered in towards Washington and Iron County, and this line here of storms extending into Kane County towards Kanab is producing some rain. Now we know thunderstorm activity is possible. Moab to Monticello also seeing active skies out there right now. So this front really changed things up for us because we had extremely above average mild conditions. This is the view from Moab, 66 degrees with wet weather over on the eastern side of the state. This is the front. It's now pushing east. Now ahead of it, you get some winds, but we've got some moisture now embedded along it. Notice that cloud cover and that deck of clouds clearing. We're going to clear from west to east as we get through the next couple of hours. We've dried out in the north, but our temperatures, boy, they took a serious tumble. The threat of thunderstorms does hold on for the Uinta Basin into Castle Country, down to Kanab and over to the Four Corners area. And that's associated with the front because it's going to lift that air, and that's critical for thunderstorm development. Now the numbers, boy, they tell the story. Yesterday we were in the upper 70s, 42 degrees right now in Salt Lake, 43 in Ogden, 30s in Logan, 40 in Provo, and 70s in St. George, where they had their first 90-degree day this week. The 24-hour temperature change shows you just how powerful that front was, organized, and the numbers, boy, we dropped 34 degrees from this time yesterday. Really give you an idea. The winds switch directions. That mild southwesterly flow, a thing of the past when the front comes through because we get northwesterly winds, and those are chilly. Now, our warming pattern is not far off. While we're below average today, we'll stay there for our Friday, but look at that steady incline as we get through the weekend. More sunshine and more warmth. That could spell trouble. We don't have any active flooding watches, advisories, or warnings in effect in the Beehive State, but we do have warmer conditions on the way. Hopefully the cold air that has settled in will slow some of this rapid snow melt that we've been seeing. Let's walk through the FUTURECAST here, which shows you those active conditions on the eastern side of the state through this evening, even by ABC4 News at 10 towards Moab, over I-70, Lake Powell, and even towards St. George. Could see an isolated shower here. Eventually, that will start to move, but by the morning commute, Blanding, Bluff, Monticello, Moab, over towards Lake Powell, still seeing some showery activity. The rest of the state clearing out, but we're a bit unsettled. Northwesterly flow could trigger a few isolated storms, but we quiet down really overall with the warming trend beginning, but we stay below average when it comes to those highs. High pressure, speaking of highs, starts to build as we get into our Saturday, and that means our temperatures will be on the up and up until our next storm system comes in, and that's on deck here, and you can see it in the 7-day forecast. Temperatures for tomorrow warmer than the low 40s, which is what we're seeing right now. 51 in Salt Lake, 40s up in Logan as well as in Provo, 50s in Price. Let's zoom in, check the mountain valleys because we're going to stay chilly in Park City and the backside of the Wasatch towards Heber, where we've seen reports of flooding as well, in the mid 40s, 47 in Tooele, 50 in Ogden, and those numbers starting to climb. Now again, this colder air hopefully going to slow things down when it comes to rapid melt. 40s and 50s in central Utah, 68 for the high in St. George. They're typically in the low to mid 70s this time of year. St. George 7-day. Bringing back those mid 70s by Saturday. 80s return, winds pick up, and that's ahead of our next system. Wet weather seems to stay out of the forecast in St. George, but we bring back the chance in the north with that system that rolls in. Slight chance Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday. Temperatures drop back down to the 50s, 70s by the end of the weekend. We'll be right back.